The sun rises over your minimalist home, its sleek architecture reflecting your unique sense of design. As Kanye West, mornings are not about luxury for luxury's sake. They are about clarity, focus, and vision. You wake up in a calm, structured space, free of clutter, because creativity needs room to breathe. Your first moments are quiet. You sip water, stretch, and sometimes write thoughts in a journal. These aren't just notes, they're ideas for songs, designs, or philosophies. Even in silence, your mind races with concepts that could reshape music, fashion, or culture itself. Breakfast is light but intentional, maybe oatmeal, eggs, or fruit. You spend this time with family when possible, grounding yourself in love and connection before entering the chaos of the day. With kids' laughter echoing in the background, you remind yourself of your ultimate mission, to leave behind more than music or clothes, but a true legacy. Standing in front of the mirror, you dress in an outfit that feels like art. Oversized layers, neutral tones, or experimental shapes. Clothes aren't just fabric to you. They are a language, a way to communicate who you are before you even speak. By mid-morning, you're in the recording studio, the place where your genius thrives. The air is filled with heavy bass, experimental beats, and fragments of melodies on loop. You sit at the mixing console, nodding your head, lost in thought, piecing together sounds that will eventually transform into something groundbreaking. You record raw vocals, not worrying about perfection. You mumble, you hum, you experiment. The magic lies in the imperfection, in the unexpected textures that others might dismiss. To you, music is more than rhythm. It's architecture built with sound. Finishing touches from past sessions play on repeat. You debate whether to strip a song bare or layer it with gospel harmonies. Engineers and producers watch quietly as you pace the room, speaking out ideas mid-thought. Sometimes you rant about life, culture, or God, and sometimes those rants become lyrics within minutes. The studio is your sanctuary, a place where vision becomes reality. By the end of the session, you've laid down tracks that feel raw but alive. Music not for the charts, but for the future. Creativity doesn't stop with sound. After the studio session, you head to a design space where racks of easy prototypes wait. While eating lunch, something healthy but quick, you run your hands along fabrics, testing their weight, thinking about how they move. You sit with designers, sketching out silhouettes on blank sheets. The discussion is never just about clothes. It's about culture, about redefining what people think style can be. You talk about the intersection of utility, art, and spirituality in fashion. Sometimes inspiration strikes from the simplest things. The way light hits a wall, the fold of a hoodie, the curve of a sneaker sole. You scribble these observations instantly, turning them into concepts. To others, it may seem chaotic. To you, it's divine. Lunch turns into a brainstorming session. Music from earlier plays in the background while your team debates colors, textures, and runway ideas. Everything connects: your songs, your style, your vision. It's all part of one larger artwork, your life. By mid-afternoon, the rhythm of the day shifts. You enter a glass-walled conference room where your creative team, brand managers, and designers are gathered. Everyone's waiting to hear your thoughts because they know you don't just think in products. You think in movements. You begin by pacing the room, sharing ideas in fragments, almost like verses of a song. What if fashion didn't follow seasons? What if music didn't follow charts? What if we build experiences, not just clothes? Your team scribbles notes furiously, trying to capture your stream of consciousness. Sometimes, you go off on tangents about culture, spirituality, or history. These aren't distractions. They're building blocks of your vision. You talk about how clothes should make people feel empowered, how sneakers should be designed like sculptures, and how concerts should be spiritual awakenings. The meeting isn't ordinary. It's like watching an artist paint live, except the canvas is an entire culture. You leave the room not with a business plan, but with a spark of energy that inspires your team to work all night, making your visions real. After the intensity of meetings, you retreat to a private space. For Kanye West, reflection is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You might sit alone in a quiet room, praying, meditating, or just letting your thoughts settle. You flip through old journals, sometimes even listening to gospel music or older tracks you made years ago. It reminds you where you came from, grounds you, and fuels the belief that your purpose is larger than fame. To you, art and faith are inseparable. Your work is a way of serving something bigger than yourself. This time is also when you reconnect with your role as a father. You might FaceTime your kids, listen to their stories, or laugh with them about something silly. No matter how big the world sees you, these are the moments that truly matter. As the sun starts to set, you look out at the horizon and think not just about tomorrow, but about the next 10 years, the next century. You believe your work should outlast you, whether it's an album, a sneaker, or an idea. Evening brings warmth and connection. You gather with close family or trusted friends for dinner. The table isn't just for eating. It's for conversation, laughter, and recharging your spirit. The meal is hearty yet balanced, grilled vegetables, fish, or maybe a chef-prepared spread. But the food isn't what makes the night, it's the people around you. These are the few who see Kanye, not just Ye the icon. They remind you of your humanity, grounding you after a day of ideas and ambition. You share stories, crack jokes, and sometimes dive into deeper talks about culture, art, or philosophy. Kids run around the table, adding joy to the atmosphere. It's a reminder that no matter how intense your day is, love and family are the foundation that keeps you balanced. As the night settles, you feel recharged, not by applause or headlines, but by human connection. As night falls, most people slow down, but for Kanye West, the evening is when creativity truly ignites. You step back into the studio, lights dimmed, candles flickering, and the bass from unfinished tracks rumbling softly through the speakers. The energy feels spiritual, almost like entering a church built for music. Your voice echoes into the microphone as you experiment with new flows, sometimes whispering, sometimes shouting, always searching for that raw emotion. You call in a choir, a guitarist, or maybe a producer friend to add layers to the sound. Every note is a brushstroke, every beat a heartbeat. The studio at night feels different. It's more vulnerable, more personal. You let your guard down here, testing ideas without judgment. Sometimes you scrap whole songs in frustration. Other times you create something so powerful it gives everyone goosebumps instantly. By now, hours fly by without notice. In this space, there's no clock, no rules, only art. After hours of music, your mind drifts to other forms of creativity. You pull out a large sketchpad and begin drawing rough sneaker designs, architectural shapes, or even abstract concepts that blend fashion and art. Your team knows that for you, inspiration doesn't belong to one medium. A song can inspire a shoe, a hoodie can inspire a stage design, and a sculpture can become the base for an album cover. Everything is connected. You walk around the studio barefoot, humming new melodies, scribbling words, jotting notes for tomorrow's meeting. The energy of creation surrounds you. It's restless, but it feels alive. These late-night sketches often become the seeds of your biggest projects. Finally, as the clock nears 1 a.m., exhaustion sets in. You shut down the studio, leaving behind echoes of beats that will live on tomorrow. Returning home, the world is silent, but your mind is still buzzing with melodies and visions. You settle into bed, maybe with headphones on, listening to rough mixes of tracks you recorded earlier. You close your eyes, not to escape, but to dream. And even your dreams feel like blueprints for future creations. For Kanye West, the day never truly ends. Every moment is fuel for the next vision. Every silence is a chance for inspiration to whisper. As you drift off to sleep, you know tomorrow won't just be another day. It will be another chance to reshape culture, sound, and style.